Okay, guys. I think that this is working. It says it's live. Um, okay, perfect. Now, we're gonna go and check out. Well, first of all, this is as far as I can tell. I'm back. I'm just doing my thing, showing you my first live streaming skills. And there's Sue. Yeah, hi Sue. I don't even need to type to you. There we go. Thank you for being here. I'm blessed to have you, and we're gonna see. There's no echo, uh, at least as far as I can tell. So I'm sure you probably already heard about this. I'm sure everyone's chopped it up, but I just figured this out. Chinese aviation bodies suggest flight attendants wear diapers on board planes. I was joking about this a couple, in September, and here we go. As the Rona pandemic, scamdemic rages on, transportation officials around the world have been looking for ways to keep passengers and crew safe on board planes. On November 25th, the Civil Aviation Administration of China, CAC, they can fucking suck a CAC as far as I'm concerned, released new guidelines for the country's airline industry, which it oversees. The document, titled Technical Guidelines for Epidemic Prevention and Control for Airlines 6th edition, contains advice about the best hygiene practices to carry out on aircraft and in airports. But one of those suggestions, that personnel like flight attendants wear disposable diapers so they don't need to use the bathroom, has raised some eyebrows. I should hope a section on PPE advises cabin crew on flights to and from high-risk countries to wear medical masks, double-layered disposable medical gloves, because you need 2 layers, guys, goggles, disposable hats. What the fuck is a disposable hat? Disposable protective clothing and disposable shoe covers. Yeah, so, well, it's not like that's creating a ton of extra waste, but it's China and it's the U.S. We would easily create just as much, if not more, trash and not give a shit about it. The next sentence reads, "It is recommended that cabin crew members wear disposable diapers and avoid using the lavatories, barring special circumstances, to avoid infection risk." While such advice may seem dramatic, it is no secret that lavatories can be the germiest place on an airplane. In August, a woman traveling from Italy to South Korea contracted coronavirus during her trip and a visit to the bathroom. The only place where she didn't wear an N95 mask was named as the possible source of her infection. You know why they say that? Because they have never substantiated or proven in any type of scientific manner that viruses are the cause of any disease. So, I mean, it was possibly that. It was possibly um, electromagnetic radiation. It was possibly a cornucopia of different things. But we all know uh, it doesn't appear that you can catch a virus. I'm not exactly sure um, how they come about, but I do know that it's what Andrew Kaufman and Rashid Buttar and these guys who are way, 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 way smarter than I am and actually know about medical matters. I know that what they're putting forth about terrain theory is spot on, or at least it seems like it to me. Airplane bathroom design was already a hot topic before CV, but the scamdemic has focused efforts to come up with new solutions. Japanese airline ANA announced earlier this year that it was testing out a prototype of a new hands-free lavatory door. Meanwhile, Boeing successfully applied for a patent on a self-cleaning lavatory that would use UV light to clean 99.9% of bathroom germs after every use. So, I mean, I'm not quite sure what exactly to do about this. I do want to point out that this is this is eerily similar to something that I wrote on September 23rd. When you say what, Sue, I imagine you're talking about the diapers. I hope. I can't really tell otherwise because I haven't got the chat set up yet where I can monitor it. I'm going to have to get another monitor or something. Where is word wrap? Format. Word wrap. Okay. So, I know, right? Like what the fuck? How is that in the diapers? The diapers. Liz told me, she's like, I read this article in the Washington Post, and she's like, I'm not sure if it's true. And so I went and I looked it up. CNN, Fox News, Washington Post, all of these different people covered it. And this is like, it's par for the course, but it shocks me that people, like, I get that Chinese people don't have a choice. They have a straight fascist government. But the thing is, cultural psychology inside of our heads here in the States, we have an absolutely low-key fascist, like secretly fascist government. They just don't, they legislate their opinion, but they don't do it in the same fashion. So on 9/23, I wrote, a recent study by the CDC carried out in France at the direction of Dr. Fauci has found that COVID-19 is easily transmitted through flatulence. On 9/25, a governmental mandate recommending all people over the age of 12 to wear butt plugs in all buildings and public spaces will take effect. In addition to this, citizens will be required to walk sideways with their rectums facing to the right. This will allow us to ensure that the weaponized anal corona gas expelled by our terrorist buttholes cannot be directed towards innocent victims. Any persons found in violation of this mandate will be tossed in the Rona pit. All unplugged anuses will be filled with concrete and zoned for reconstruction. Now, art imitates life, and sometimes life imitates art. They certainly didn't get this idea from me. They will demonize any part of bodily function or anything that you can do or be accused of in terms of putting my grandma's health at risk because you're not wearing your diaper or your CDC mandated butt plug. You're just dirty. You're heartless. And the skepticism of your resistance and your skepticism is through the roof. And then your skepticism is dismissed as like, well, yeah, but clearly that's crazy. This guy wants to kill my grandma, and now I'm supposed to believe him that it's not a good thing to wear a butt plug? Yeah, you are, because I don't want to kill your damn grandma. I want your grandma to stop being afraid. Let's go take a look at Godlike Productions. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this is a crazy conspiracy message board. I used to get banned from here all the time because I would argue with the Globetards. If you write certain terms on here, the guys who own this site must be in some kind of Zionist pocket, because if you write certain terms, they literally change them. When you hit post or send, all of a sudden you will have written one term for a certain nationality or place, ethnicity, and then all of a sudden it says something completely different. Let's see what's going on here. Creepy as hell Vatican nativity scene with Sumerian astronaut. Number one. I'm into it, guys. Wait. What? Mm, okay. Well, yeah. That's some fake space right there for sure. But I'm sure all of this is very occulted, no matter what. It always is with them. Um, I don't really understand symbolism well enough that I could give a detailed breakdown on this. But anytime the Vatican's doing something creepy, I'm always interested to see it. Not not that I like enjoy watching it, but it's fascinating that how much weird esoteric symbolism they just throw out there. If you look at that, it's like the Pope has a throne or something in this one room. Let's see if we can find that. Um, and there's like a picture. Yes, this is it. This is it. Um, Satan's throne at the Vatican. You guys have probably seen this, but let's just go look at some of their other art, right? Like this is what they choose to put up, as this is a representation of their the Lord and Savior that they want to share with humanity. This is how they want to portray him, as a basically a type of a disembodied, demonic looking, um, weathered, haggard zombie spirit or something. You guys know Jesus was a fucking carpenter? He was a carpenter in like ancient Israel, and he walked everywhere he went. You think he looked like this? You think he was this slender, just broken, just kind of like waif of a man? And why is there a, not nukes are fake, but why is there some type of firebombing apocalypse scene behind him? I mean, if you're going to display something of the Lord and Savior of an entire group of billions of people who follow you around unquestioningly, the least that you could do if you really wanted the highest and best for your parishioners, you would show that Savior in a favorable light that highlighted his power and his the positive aspects of what he did for humanity. You wouldn't put in this violence porn suffering meme. This meme about Jesus suffering is so prevalent. And when I think of the Christ figure, the Christ story, who I have my own individual relationship with, I like the Son of the Father, what the Christ energy. It's a thing, I think. I think of somebody who who died for my sins. I think of somebody who came to earth to save my ass, came to earth to help me out. I'm just not too concerned with him dying or being sacrificed, and all this, Passion of the Christ, just blood porn. It's creepy. Let's go see what's going on in here. Oh, there we go. You found your grandparents aren't hosting anyone at all this year. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jenny. Wouldn't have Thanksgiving with you. I'm sorry, but you are spot on there, Jenny. It's time to make new family. One thing I learned from the crystal gripping hippie deadheads, other than how to do an unhealthy amount of drugs and try to escape my reality and medicate my spirit out of my existential pain with eating enough LSD to fucking melt the brain of an elephant. One thing they taught me is that you have a chosen family. You can and will have opportunities throughout your life to find people, fatherly, brotherly, sisterly, motherly, grandmotherly, courtesy uncles, you name it. Um, Individuals who can and will serve those roles, that not as your genetic lineage and the people who's contributed to your body, but you can find somebody to be the father to your spirit body. um, Whether that be, you are my weird aunt, Jenny. um, but yeah, whether that be like, for me, it's Baldini is like a father to me. And you know, I think he's like that to a lot of people. But the man has given me really honest to God, good fatherly advice. And yes, yeah, there's not without going into it too much, I didn't get hardly any of that when I was a young man or when I was an older man. 35 now, I look like I'm fucking 11. So, yes, Sue, you did find a new family, and we are part of it, and we're honored to be part of it. Let's let's keep going. I'm digging the live stream. I imagine it sounds okay. You guys would tell me if not. Uh, Meet a new foe. UFO over Antarctica leaves shadow on ground. I'm more interested in if the sun stays up for 24 hours a day. Just in, Germany imposes hard lockdown effective from Wednesday this week until at least January 10th. I don't like I don't like this. Oh, now this is from Big Bear. So, I don't know if excuse me, sorry, Owen. Um yeah, I don't know. If she posts something, I'm not saying that it's bullshit. I'm just saying, like, I don't want your fucking take on it, Owen. I think you're a charlatan, and so I really have very little interest in the tidbits that you're going to bring to my attention. I'd rather deal with other charlatans, honestly. Lockdowns, okay. So, I'm sure that is true, though. I don't doubt it in the very least. Um, New York Governor Cuomo says, "I am government." Of course he did. Alien monolith. Those monoliths, there may be different ones. No, these ones were created by somebody that came out. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, it's just somebody doing some viral marketing campaign. Monoliths created. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is just an artist. It's just some guy that saw the opportunity, and I mean, it's a good idea, I guess. I think this may be okay. Somebody did accept responsibility for it, actually, and they also did document that they placed them there. So, um, okay, this says they took credit in Utah and California. So I don't know. Is it UFOs? Maybe. I don't know. Did they come from outer space? Not fucking buying it. Um, Does anyone have any cool pictures or anything we want to look at, or suggestions? We can go and Um, we can go and keep browsing the interweb. I like the poppycock report. Uh, I like how they just go and just pull uh, from the kind of stream of consciousness narrative of, okay, what's in the news right now. Your boyfriend thought he was weird. Oh, until he met you. Yeah, the PR is the PR is tight. I love the poppycock cats, and I really hope that we get that phase 1 set up, so we can be hanging out with the folks from the PR in the DR. I don't know if the Dominican Republic is that lit for an intentional living community, but um, it's an island, so I'm sure we'd have lots of bananas. U.S. Treasury hacked? Hmm. Otherwise, okay, yeah, they want me to register. Okay. Reuters.com. Exclusive hackers spied on U.S. Treasury emails for a foreign government. Washington. Reuters hackers backed by a foreign government have been monitoring internal and email traffic at the U.S. Treasury Department and an agency that decides internet and telecom policy, according to people familiar with the matter. Who the hell is that? There is concern with the intelligence community that the hackers who targeted Treasury and the Commerce Department's National Telecom and Informations Administration used a similar tool to break into other government agencies, according to three people briefed on the matter. The people did not say which other agencies. So, cybersecurity, huge concern. I don't understand jack about that. I don't understand Bitcoin, but I do understand that the ones and zeros they could very well be the end of stability in our culture. There's a couple things that could happen with Bitcoin, like the wealth redistribution. If Bitcoin usurps the dollar, like let's say that all of the large companies take their money and they go into Bitcoin, what's going to end up happening then is that all of these big, large companies will end up buying all of Bitcoin, or as a ton, as much as they possibly can, and there's only 20 million Bitcoins. They can do no quantitative easing. They can do no like cash inflection. All that can happen is the price of the 20 million coins can go up or down. And so if the dollar crashes and they replace it with BTC, that's going to be boom, instant riots. That being said, it's pretty much a guaranteed government crypto coin and likely a one world currency if we're to believe the Economist covers, which if you don't, maybe not paying the closest attention. Yes, I love Baldini too. He's a great friend, and he's a pretty sharp looking guy. And his better half is just a wonderful woman. I'm blessed enough to have had a meal there and hung out with the two of them, and yeah, had some of his famous methamphetamine coffee. The guy makes the dankest cup of coffee money can't buy. I don't know. I mean, otherwise, I think he probably should be selling it. Peace, Jenny. Okay. Oh, wait. Peace, Lacey. Don't do anything I wouldn't do on a bicycle. So, I'll do. Oh, you did? You went to Flattoberfest? That's so tight. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you got to do that. and that he had the pleasure of meeting you. He deserves that. He deserves a reward that good. So, are you guys having fun? Is this fun? You wanna go through one more news story, and then we can chop it up for a little bit, because I think I'm gonna shut it down here so that I can um, go and get some stuff done, and then I might try to come back on later and be more well prepared. So yeah, yeah, we'll do one more. One more can't hurt. Trump psychics. Hmm. Has anybody ever made a suitcase nuke? No, like, because nukes are fake. So, or you know what? Because I'm not sure exactly what those are. That I don't think that asserts nuclear fission. I think it asserts that they're like blowing a bunch of radioactive stuff all around, um, with just a normal incendiary uh, reaction. But we've seen Galen Windsor or whatever his name is eat a bunch of like uranium or plutonium, whatever they supposedly make nukes out of. Consent withdrawn. Entire town of Mossy Rock, Washington defies Governor Inslee's latest set of COVID-19 restrictions. Fuck yeah, where is Mossy Rock? I gotta go and start kicking it there. Many people talk of a foreboding sense, a sense that something is very close to erupting on the surface. I believe, and have said for months, the final eruption will come as a result of overreach by control authority in reference to COVID dictates. We are close. In Washington state, the entire town of Mossy Rock has united to defy the CV dictatorial fiats of the state governor, Jay Inslee. Fuck you, Inslee. This is how the rebellion will succeed. Let's see. Consent withdrawn. Entire town defies governor's latest restrictions. Many people talk of a oh, okay. Never mind. Power of the government comes from the people, or as we say in the U.S., from the consent of the governed. Yes, this is true. John Locke, father of American democracy, spoke about that consent to be governed, and like it or not, even if we don't pull the voting lever, if we're utilizing any of the services that Politrix legislates and administrates and provides us, we are at least utilizing them to administrate and operate those services, and we're doing that knowing that they're a bunch of crooks. So, the idea is consent to be governed is if you drive on the road, and you know that you have to have a driver's license and then you don't have one, well, you drove on the road, so you're consenting to that law. And as we know, sovereign law folks will say that doesn't quite work like that. I don't know. I try to act on my own authority. I try to just be, and I've never had a driver's license. I have seizures. I can't drive. But I try to conduct myself in such a way where I get my rights from God, and I act as if I do, and I know that in my heart of hearts. So I've been blessed that I haven't had really reason to interact with the law enforcement for a long time, but yeah, I've been blessed that I haven't had to deal with that. But I don't know. I think driving around without your driver's license is a good way to get the cops pissed off at you, and that's the last people I want pissed off at me. Without implied consent, the municipal or state government has no power. None. Yeah. As a result, the nonsense ends when the majority of we the people no longer give our consent. How do we the people retract our consent? We simply refuse to comply. Yeah, you guys can't. I don't have the camera set up, but I got some I do not consent stickers here. When the majority of people simply refuse to comply with unilateral dictates and laugh in the face of those who attempt to enforce them, the government no longer has power. If one person refuses to comply, the government or control authority can and likely will intervene. However, if tens of thousands rebuke these unconstitutional decrees, there isn't a damn thing government can do to stop it, and they know it. A non-compliant snowball becomes an unstoppable freedom avalanche. Local, regional, and state officials know they could control the behavior of an individual. If one barbershop opens, the owner becomes a target. However, those officials also know they cannot control the behavior of the majority. If every barbershop and beauty salon in town opens, there is absolutely nothing the government can do about it. If one restaurant and or bar opens, the state can target the owner. But if every bar and restaurant in town opens, and if everyone ignores and dispatches the silly dictates of the local, regional, or state officials, there isn't a damn thing they can do about it. The power of the local, regional, or state authority comes from the expressed consent of the people. As soon as the majority, that's the key word here, majority, of people in that municipality deny that consent, those officials and state authoritarians lose all of their power. Yes, it really is that simple. That's, to me, that's the end of the article. Like, that's what it comes down to, is unity. We need unity if we are to deal with this bullshit. If we're actually going to have a place and a space where we can kind of overrule some of these just tyrannical restrictions, we have to do it together, which sucks because, as you guys know, most of the people that I speak with are totally, they're just baffled, they're afraid, but they're not trying to like rebuke the consent to be governed that they've given. So I don't know. On that note, I am gonna boogie, folks, but I'm gonna drop in the chat and I'll put it in the description when I put this up, my PayPal, because I am a busker. I play guitar on the street for money. That's how I pay my rent. Right now it is super cold outside and it is the Rona apocalypse. People don't really like cash at this point. People are not so keen on the cash money. So what it's come down to is I'm asking you guys to kick me down some dollar bills if you can, and if you can't, the best tips I get are people listening and the people I befriend through my creativity. So bye, Sue. Peace be with you. So I am not even tripping. I will totally survive and thrive one way or the other. But I have to ask. So anyways, if you can help me out there, it's getting cold as shit, and I'm gonna have to stop busking or not, just find a different way to do it soon. I'll probably do some online busking, and yeah, I'll be bringing you more truth content. This was fun, and oh, it was 33:33. I could have ended it there and then been called a shill. Crap. See if we can't get it next time. Yeah, this was great though, and I'm really looking forward to doing more live streams because it's a lot easier for me like this, and now that I did it, I'm not like super nervous about it. Shill, Baldini's a shill. His logo is an upside down 007 for 2-ball cane. Somebody said that one time in the Secret to Saturn chat, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, dude, like, you don't say? Because I don't know. Thank you, Sue. I don't know, but yeah, the shilling game is complicated, but I have pretty good discernment when I look somebody in the eye and drink a cup of coffee with them and talk to them about conspiracies if they have any vested interest in managing my perception. And that guy literally doesn't care what you think other than to try to foster your own discernment in thinking it. anyhow, thank you to any and everybody who showed up. The next live stream I will actually announce. This one was the first one, so I didn't want to like go and say, hey, everybody watch this, and then just totally brick it. So you guys have a happy quarantine. Don't do anything I wouldn't do on a bicycle, and that's my 2 cents. You can spend it how you want.